YouTube, what's good? Carnivore struggles. Do you have them? Do I have them? Let's talk about it. The real, for me, I don't have many struggles in this carnivore journey. Am I constipated sometimes? Yes. But it passes. I believe that, and I heard someone say this, is that, maybe your body doesn't need to use the restroom. Don't think it's a bad thing that your body is not going to the restroom. And I thought about that. I'm like, man, maybe this person was right. Maybe my body doesn't, because I'm not introducing a lot of this stuff, outside foods, this dense, carb heavy foods, and all this starch and grain and stuff. I'm not introducing a lot of that, so maybe I don't necessarily need to go to the bathroom. And then besides, I look at, do I feel uncomfortable? A lot of times when I was eating carb dense, carb heavy, starch, grain, all that stuff, I would feel uncomfortable. I used to stay up real late at night as well. Even, yes, it played a part into when I was eating, but I used to stay up later at nights, 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and just drinking water, downing it, because I was trying to flush that food out of my system, because I felt uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep on that. But the crazy thing is that I could sleep, on this carnivore journey, eating nothing but meat. I could go to sleep, and I don't have the itis, which is by far a great benefit. And I would say, if you are struggling with, constipation, which is the struggle that the only one that I could think of, it's, try not to, and you may already be doing this, try not to add a lot of food or different foods into your regimen. What I mean by that, for example, I eat pretty much or predominantly the same thing 6 days out of the week. And I don't introduce different things. And the reason why I do it is because it lets me know, mentally it's easier for me. It's easier for budget purposes, meal prep, all that. But also the reason why I do it is because I don't want to introduce new variables into what I'm doing. That way, if something is off, or I happen to, gain weight, lose weight, or whatever, then I know exactly what something, or I know more than likely what something, or what the cause could be. If I'm eating a lot of different things every day, for me, it's hard for me to track. It's hard for me to pinpoint if something goes wrong. You may be a little different. That's just me. It helps me out. And so, like I said, try not to introduce a lot of foods into your diet. Try to have the mindset that it might not be a bad thing that the food is staying in your system, because it's keeping you satiated, and that way you won't be eating or overeating as well. So try to keep that in mind, because a lot of times for me, the hungrier I get, the more I'm willing to eat something that I'm probably not supposed to eat, or eat something that is not on my regimen. The more hungry I get, the more irritated I may get. So if I feel satiated, then I'm like, okay, I don't need to eat. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. And so I would say also the other struggle. So the first struggle is probably more than likely constipation. The second thing and the only thing that I could think of is the lack of variety of what you used to eat. So if you're like me, I've been on this journey 46 days now today, and so I haven't had a cookie, I haven't had a piece of cake, I haven't had ice cream, I haven't had a brownie, macaroni and cheese, no yams. I haven't had any of that, when I used to eat that stuff probably weekly, daily even. And so that would be the only thing that I can think of. You're used to having a certain amount of food, you're used to eating a certain amount of things, and now that is non-existent. But here's what I would say to that. Keep in mind what you're trying to do, right? Keep in mind that, hey, if you're watching this video, you're more than likely trying to lose weight, trying to figure out different ways, different different things to do. You're curious about this carnivore journey, or maybe you have already started it, or maybe you're just beginning, or whatever stage you're at. Keep in mind why you're watching this video. You're trying to lose weight, right? You're trying to be better. So same goes for me. I keep in mind, okay, well, I have a goal. I'm trying to get someplace. I do not want to be this heavy because I know that I'm not supposed to be this big. Having all this excess fat on me, being obese to the nth degree. I'm not supposed to be this big. I'm not supposed to be this heavy. In fact, I want to be healthy. I want to look better. I want to be there for my family and be able to protect them and just do things and not be the laughing stock or not be the one that people are talking about or the first thing that when people see you, family members included, they mention your weight. That is embarrassing. I feel it is wrong, but that's just me. So keep in mind all of those things. And I believe once you think about those things, like, man, the reason why you're on this journey is so you can be and feel better. You're not doing it for anybody but yourself. I believe that your road will be a little easier. Even the benefits that you will feel, not having itis. It's a beautiful feeling. I mean, when I first started, I'm like, man, I'm not tired. I'm not sleepy. I don't feel like I need to take a nap after I get done, man. I was in awe, and I feel lighter. I go get up in the morning, work out. I feel lighter, like wow. And I don't know if you can tell from the times you've been watching this video. Hopefully, my face is getting a little slimmer. I hope to you all, but I don't know. Time will tell. But it feels, I feel better. I feel lighter. I feel healthier. And I want to keep that going. All you need is just a little momentum. And I'm not trying to be no motivational speaker or be your motivational speaker or anything. But just get some momentum. And I promise you, you will see what I'm talking about. You will see the benefits. I know everybody is different, but I do believe that this can be a universal thing. It might take some experimenting. You might need to see what works for your body. I'm eating bacon and burgers 6 days out of the week. You may not be able to do that. You may work better off of a steak. You might be able to eat cheese. I don't eat cheese. You might be able to do that. Maybe you have to experiment, and it's okay if you start on one day and be like, okay, let me switch some things up. And then start the next day, you go for a couple of days, you're like, okay, I see this, I see that this is gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna really start on this day, and then you go in. It's fine. The thing is, start. I don't care what you do. But start. I promise you, if you start, you will thank yourself. Don't thank me. You don't have to even watch this video. But if you do, and you're the person I'm talking to, start. You will thank yourself. I promise you that. If you start, you get momentum going, things will get a little easier. You'll start figuring out what you can eat and what you can't. And if you're like me and still want to enjoy life, you'll figure out how to do that, at certain times of the week or the month or however you want. I like eating 6 days out of the week, the same thing. And then on that 7th day, I eat something different. People may say, that's not carnivore. That's not, well, one, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. And then two, who are you to say what carnivore is and what it is not? As long as I am satisfied, as long as you are satisfied with what you're doing and you believe that you are healthy and going in the right direction, do that. Do exactly that. The best diet, the best journey, a lifestyle is one that you can follow. Remember that. I've talked way too long. I pray that you got some value from this. Please excuse any type of derailing or mispoints, grammatical errors, or anything that you feel that I did not do. I apologize in advance. Stay blessed. Keep me in your prayers. You all have a wonderful night.